All right, how's it going, everybody? Today is going to be a slightly different video. I am going to teach you how I am going to raise up my speaker stands by putting some concrete blocks underneath them and show you an easy and affordable way to get your speakers decoupled from the floor and get your speaker stands up if you need them to. So let's jump in. Before we jump in, I want to say I have a free guide that will help you with acoustically treating your studio. You can download that at the link below, or just go to soundproofyourstudio.com/acoustic. That's soundproofyourstudio.com/acoustic. All right, let's jump into the video. See here, I've got these new KH310 Neumann monitors, which are fantastic. They've been wonderful, but they're sitting just a little bit low for my listening spot with my ears. So I've got these ultimate support stands, which I really like, but my plan is to raise them up on some concrete blocks and get them to that ideal listening. To do that, I just went to Home Depot and I got these in the garden section, and I got some really thin sort of fiber board which will support underneath and on top, and I think this will do a great job. These guys are very heavy and they will help reduce vibrations, and each of the points is going to sit on one of these blocks here. So let's see. I'm just going to make a template so I can cut these out with an X-Acto knife. So I'm just going to scribe along here. Definitely use a saw of some kind to cut through this, but I'm getting them out, so that's gonna be the top and the bottom for one of them, so I just got a bunch more to do. All right, so I got smart and decided I needed a saw to do this. So I've got the lines cut out, now I'm gonna cut this board with an electrical saw. Okay, now that I've got 12 of these little pieces that are going to go on the bottom and top of my Cinder blocks here, I'm going to actually create a black skirt using some fabric and some Velcro to make this look really nice. So that's probably the next step here. So I've got some industrial strength Velcro that I got off Amazon for like $7 or something, and then a 1 yard sheet of black fabric, which hopefully will be enough to create some sort of system here to wrap these blocks and make them look nice. Okay, so after thinking through this a bit, I came up with a plan to do the blocks facing outward like that with my stands, so it's going to sit on them. And this way I can wrap the fabric around the faces you'll potentially see and not the faces you won't see, which will save materials and hopefully make this easier. But laying it out like this helped me understand how I'm going to do that. So let's dive in and actually create this fabric. So this was a little more math than I anticipated, but I'm going to cut out a strip that's going to wrap around my block. So I've got 8 inches, and then this is the distance of one side, the front side, and then the back side there. I'm going to add a little bit more, 22 inches, just to have some around to wrap around and put the Velcro so you don't see it and it looks really clean. Alright, so this wraps around pretty well. Should have had maybe a little bit more space on here for the back, but I guess my calculations are a little bit off. But you know, for the most part, it looks pretty good. Now I know these Velcro strips, you can cut them. I've used them before. I'm gonna keep them pretty small because I know I need a lot of them for this. So I know that for each strip, I've got 8. I'm gonna need at least 6 per pack, but this will work out just fine. That looks pretty good. I am pretty happy with that. I think I am going to put one on the top. You could also just use the wood on the top. If you got a nicer piece of wood, then it might look better, but I think I'm going to do all black, so let's do that. All right, you guys might be looking at me and be like, dude, you just should have spray painted those things black and then been done with it. But yeah, this is my creative, yet maybe not the most efficient way to do this. Let me show you what it looks like. And it's just like a semi good looking black box. I'm sure you could make your fabric cuts look a little bit cleaner than mine. but I think this will look nice enough for the studio. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the next 3 blocks and the other 3 blocks for the other side, hopefully knock it out really quickly. And I'll show you how I'm gonna lift up my speakers and set them all up. The goal is to get them to about 8 inches so that it's right at my listening height with the middle of the speaker there. And these blocks will do the job there. So I shifted up my design idea on this last one by doing just a large square and then folding a piece across like this, which may be easier and look just a little bit cleaner. Here are the 3 I did with this one. They look okay, not blown away. Maybe eventually invest in a taller stand, but this works for now. A lot of work over 2 days, but in the end I just listened to these speakers and they sound amazing as always, but they sound even better because the listening position is now right at my ears. So the spot in between the tweeters is right at my ear. The tweeter and the mid-range driver is now right at my ear level. And I did some experimenting and I think I'm sitting right in the sweet spot. And yeah, it's a lot better having them a little higher. So let's look at the final product. So there you go, you know, pretty good. I like the wrap method the best. I think that looks the best. Still not incredible, but hey, you know, they look pretty good. And now this setup is killer. You know, I've never gotten such an incredible space. You can see this is what a studio looks like behind. Oh, I'm embarrassed to show that. That is awful. These are the ones that didn't look so good. The first ones I did, so I put them where you can't really see them. But yeah, so you've got the speakers are sounding better than ever. I wonder if the concrete actually helped. I didn't add isolation because I felt like the isolation pads of these really nice ultimate support stands works enough. And then those are going directly into the concrete, which is then going into a concrete floor. So it's just concrete on concrete on concrete, which is awesome. Woo! Obsession, guys, but it pays off. Said before at the beginning of this video, if you have enjoyed this content, definitely check out my free acoustic guide checklist. That'll teach you how to do all the acoustic treatment you see around me and make a killer sounding home studio room like I have here. So you can download that at soundproofyourstudio.com/acoustic and start looking at that guide right away. All right, this has been a fun video, another crazy DIY session. Hope you learned some stuff from it. I'll see you next Monday, same time, same place.